All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Harakakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Shalom. To all, to all of the hopeful elect brothers as doing the will of the Lord in sincerity and in truth. Now, this is going to be my review of the 250th anniversary of America, the United States of America, which is Babylon the Great in the scriptures, is also spiritually Sodom and Egypt, and also it's the Roman Empire, reincarnated, the NATO and the EU, and America is a part of that. So a lot of spiritual things happened yesterday, which is July 4th, 2026. And this happened, I believe, 2 days before. A lot of eerie things, a lot of bad signs, a lot of omens. And the sign was just destruction, doom and gloom from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Right? All these are just signs that this place won't last long. The Lord literally rained upon their parade, literally. And don't forget about the heat wave. Now, this happened 2 days before. It says Trump's Freedom 250 stage falls apart while dancers rehearse on it. Now, I'm gonna play it. Let's get the comments. This is from the Independent. Glad that it appears no one was hurt. Not surprised that it's falling apart. So everyone knows this place is falling apart. As much of a metaphors as the green pool. Everything that involves Trump is falling apart. So everything that involves Trump, and DJT is a president. So under the rule of the president and his elected officials, the cabinet and the government, this place, Babylon the Great, is falling apart. But that's the Most High doing that. And that was a sign. Let me get Isaiah 14 and 11. No. Let me get Jeremiah 51 and 8. It's only a few scriptures, but I have like a lot of things that I want to go into that happened yesterday. Jeremiah 51 and 8 says, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. Now, Babylon refers to this modern day Babylon, right? Which is Babylon the Great, which is America. Because when you break down the word Babylon, it goes into the Hebrew word Babal, which means confusion. This is the land of confusion. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. So suddenly, all of a sudden, you know, the Most High is gonna have this place uh the Most High is gonna have this place be attacked basically unknowingly, like a surprise or a sneak attack. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. And before the nuclear destruction, the Most High is showing signs that this place is going down. You know, economically, the infrastructure is garbage. It's like a grade C or a grade D, right? The bridges needs repair. The roads are pretty much done, right? The bridges, the roads, the public transportation is garbage. The inflation is all the way up. There's a heat wave going around, so all 50 states are in a drought because of this massive heat wave, right? There's no work. You know, people are being let go from their jobs and they're quitting. Some people just don't want to work. Women are being fed up because it's too much. Because you know, they a couple of years ago they were like they didn't need a man, and now they're like they need a man, and now they're like they're gonna sell themselves for money because they can't take it anymore. The oldest profession in history, right? Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. Now a balm, you know, is like an ointment that you rub on a wound or on an injury or on a cut, and that allows it to heal faster. You know, that allows, you know, the injury to heal faster. But it says, if so she may be healed. But verse 9 says, we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Oh, and also the relationships with these other nations are pretty much done, right? And all the money, most of the money is going to Amalek, you know, the welfare babies in the land of Amalek. You know, I don't want to say it. They might take the video down. But in the land of Amalek, where there are committing genocide against the Palestinians, the welfare babies getting the taxpayer money, while the American people suffer. And there's protests, there's uprising of the people all around the world, especially here. But a lot of that is by design by Esau to bring in the NWO, to bring in a digital system, because he wants to crash the current system, which is cash, and to bring in a digital system, which involves the MOTB, and without it, you won't be able to buy or sell. And with that, right? With that, they can monitor everything that you do. Now you become their slave. Now you become Esau's slave. And if you're Israelite and you take that, that means that you turn your back on the Most High. And now you serve another God. Now your God is Esau and Satan. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So the elect won't take the MOTB during the hour of temptation. But she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go, everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven. So Babylon's judgment is reached unto the heavens, is our reach, you know, to the Lord, and is lifted up even to the skies. So, but she is not healed, right? And this is a sign that this place is pretty much done. Because couldn't they have inspected this thing to see if everything was intact before doing the rehearsal, or they just didn't care? But this is the Omen. Let me get Omen. The Omen definition. An omen is a phenomenon, from Google AI overview, event or sign believed to portend or foretell the future, aka a sign of something to come, right? And when anyone hears that word omen, automatically you think of like a sign that something bad is gonna happen, but it can also mean good. But in this case, the Most High just sending signs that nothing but bad is coming to this place. Babylon is falling apart. And the NWO is not going to last long anyways. Even though a lot of people will take the MOTB, this place won't last long. Now, let me get more, right? Let me get more. Let me see.
Ladies and gentlemen, the safety of our guests, performers, and staff is our...
So you have the roof, a part of the roof collapsing during that practice, rehearsal that they were doing. And it was literally a gloomy day, right? Plus a heat wave. So all these signs,
Top priority, Freedom 250, United States Secret Service, United States Park Police, National Park Service, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and all public safety partners are actively monitoring weather conditions. For years...
It says, salute to America 250 guests told to seek shelter, then evacuate DC July 4th event amid storms. So it was a heat wave, and then you had storms yesterday, literally, because I was working somewhere in New York, and literally when I was almost done working, right? The storms were so powerful. You had a lot of Ephraimites out, in the area where I work. A lot of Ephraimites were there, celebrating, because someone said that they usually have like an event around that area during July 4th, and the Lord literally rained on their parade. They were running for shelter. The wind was so strong that even the buses and the cars were like shaking. That's how strong the wind was, and it felt like tornadoes were about to form. You had these Israelites that were out celebrating July 4th. I don't even know why they do that in the first place, because it doesn't mean anything good for us. But they were celebrating, and the Lord rained on their parade, and the strong winds, like it felt like a tornado was about to form. The Lord rained on their parade.
Safety, all guests.
So that's one, right? And all types of shootings.
At approximately 10:35 p.m., officers from the 60th Precinct responded to a 911 call for a person shot near Surf Avenue and West 30th Street.
8 wounded, including 4 kids, in July 4th shooting near Coney Island Beach, right? And all of this happened on July 4th. It's supposed to be a festive day, them celebrating America, but the Lord is like, I'm closing shop. I'm closing shop. This is it. Look at this.
All right, as many are celebrating the holiday, as we just heard about from Chris and Cameron, thousands are facing danger.
19 dead in New Jersey as heat wave leaves thousands without power. Now I want to say this, right? I want to say this. This is Psalms 17 and 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down. That him is talking about the wicked. Esau, Edom, which they rule the world in under the vibration of Satan. They rule the world in just pure wickedness. If you have the elites and the presidents and all these high officials, right, all over the world, but mainly here in Babylon the Great, America, if they kidnap children and people and sacrifice them and worship demons and conjure up spirits, and they're into all type of witchcraft, and they serve Baal, Jeffrey, I want to say his name, J.E., you know, J.E. the Amalekite priest of Baal. His, I believe his bank account, the term for it was Baal or something like that. So if they do all this wickedness, what do you think the people's gonna do, especially these Edomites? Even though you have some Edomite Christians that are fighting against, you know, the wickedness, so-called, that the elites are doing, but they're still Edomites. They're still gonna be destroyed anyways. But arise, O Lord, disappoint him, because the NW won't get very far. Cast him down out of rulership. I beheld Satan fall as lightning. Satan is talking about Satan on earth, which is the so-called white man. Deliver my soul from the wicked. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Job 9 and 24. The so-called white man, Esau, Edom, rules the world because it was given to him by Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, which is thy sword. So Esau is the sword of the Lord. The Most High uses Esau to bring forth destruction. And when you go back to Genesis, Esau was blessed with the sword. That's why he's a master of hunting, and he's a master of weapons. You know, he's a master of disease warfare. Remember Hiroshima and Nagasaki, when they dropped the atomic bombs on Japan. They have all sorts of weapons, all types of high-tech advanced weapons that people have never seen before, and the ones that they do see is so advanced. All type of GUNs, all types of missiles, sound weapons, right? Plasma weapons, from space, laser weapons from space. So we can't go up against Esau because we're literally incapable, because the Lord blessed them with the sword, and he's the sword of the Lord. So I say that to say this heat wave and then the earthquake that happened in Venezuela might have been caused by a weather manipulation machine, HARP. You know, it might have been caused by that, but it's still the Most High doing it anyways to fulfill prophecy. 19 dead in New Jersey as heat wave leaves thousands without power. 19 dead. And if that was in New Jersey alone, so imagine all 50 states. Imagine how many people actually died because of the heat. Especially elderly people, you know, senior citizens. From men which are... Nah, that's it. So the heat wave caused major power outages, and in the Bronx, they shut off power during the hottest parts of the heat wave, and they left power to where Edomites were in the city in Manhattan, just to show that they don't give a damn about Israel. They don't care about Jacob. Let me see. And this one, and then I'm gonna get scriptures and end it. Skydiver crash lands hard while carrying giant U.S. flag on America 250 week. You want to know what happened? The Lord sent an angel to make him not land safely. The angel probably like tilted the parachute, so it won't be stable, so it could literally fall at a bad angle, and now he's hurt. And this is an omen from the Lord. This is a sign from the Lord about Babylon being destroyed. Boom. So all types of signs, right? Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Isaiah 14 and 11. Let me see. Is it in Isaiah 4? No. That I'm not gonna get that scripture. Let me just get straight to the point. Isaiah 14 and 11 says, "Thy pomp is brought to the grave, and the noise of thy vials. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee." That's talking about it's on the tip of my tongue. I was just talking about it. The cohort. Let me see if I can look it up. I was just talking about it. The coercion of infrastructure. I'm sorry, I have bad memory. Infrastructure. It's a word on the tip of my tongue. Not corruption, corrosion. That's the word I'm looking for. The corrosion of America's infrastructure. Salakia. Corrosion is one of the leading causes of U.S. infrastructure failure. And I was looking it up yesterday. The infrastructure of America, is going to take billions and billions of dollars to repair. And now they're saying that they're building these buildings and roads and bridges to last for more years than they did before. Before it lasted like 50 to 75 years, and now they're building them to last up to and over 100 years. It says corrosion is one of the leading causes of U.S. infrastructure failure. Right? So these buildings and bridges, they're falling apart. These roads needs constant maintenance, and all that money that should be poured into it is being given to welfare babies Amalek, and they're spreading it out through foreign aid, and also funneling it to the war, because war is costing them billions of dollars, right? Costing the U.S. economy. Oh, and also the money that they're using for all that should actually be being paid to the people, because no one in America gets paid a livable wage unless you have a very good job, and or you're a millionaire, or you're an Edomite that live in Suffolk County or something like that. Costing the economy upwards of $276 billion annually. That's 3 to 4% of GDP. Aging bridges, water pipelines, and subterranean supports constantly degrade due to electrochemical oxidation and climate change further acceleration. So America's infrastructure is crumbling. I'm gonna take a picture so I could go look at these later. Right? How art thou, Salakia? Thy pomp is brought to the ground, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Now I want to get another Bible comparison. It says AMP says, your pomp and magnificence have been brought down to Sheol, which is the grave, which meaning brought down to the ground, which meaning a low estate, and also it represents death. So America's magnificence, all these nations are noticing, hey, this place is garbage now. These other nations are not really like depending on Babylon anymore. The EU wants to shift away from using Babylon technology, and China, their economy is so good in their army that they're like, yo, we have better AI than you, we have better technology than you, we have better data science, better data, what do you call it, better data centers than you, because we put them in the ocean. We don't put them on land so they could destroy and disturb the citizens, right? Your pomp and magnificence have been brought down to Sheol, along with the music of your harps. The maggots which prey on the dead are spread out under you as a bed, and worms are covering you. Talking about the degrading of Babylon's infrastructure. And, that's the unhappy 250th year anniversary of Babylon the Great. And 250 years is like the average time that an empire lasts anyways. That's the end of the lesson. Lord wills, edifying, all praises, honor, and glory. It goes to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.